You're tuned in to the Crew Podcast and Media Network, where voices rise, stories shine, and purpose meets the world. Welcome to the Crew. Come on in. This is where it starts. We are the change. We are the change. Right here in our heart. Welcome home, welcome through. There's a place for you. The Crew around the world, lifting every voice too. We make space for the voiceless, hope for the undeserved. Real talk, real stories. Every voice deserves to be heard. Streaming live, we on the move. Facebook, Twitch, Kick, YouTube. From the mic to the nations, we build transformation. Change begins with us. Faith, purpose, power, trust. Seen around the world tonight. That Crew shining bright. Come on in, and this is where it starts. We are the change.
Down in South Carolina, where the stories rise. There's a queen with a mission, fire in her eyes. 20 years and counting, serving wisdom on the shelves, helping voices find the courage to believe in themselves. She opens up the pages, lets the hidden stories shine. Black and brown author stepping boldly into time. With a mic and a message, she's changing the scene. Everybody knows her name, she's a literary queen.
From the library shelves to the podcast stream, you lift every author, you wake up a dream. Tuesday night at 8 and the room leans in.
Patricia Grimble, let it all begin.
And see BookGal, keep shining your light, lifting up the authors, bringing stories to life.
Patricia Grimble,
We see your dream, literary queen, literary queen. See BookGal, let the whole world see
Patricia Grimble.
your legacy. From the page to the air, you set it free. Literary queen, literary queen.
Yeah.
Another Tuesday night. So y'all heard the music. I'm about to bring y'all a new book and a new author. But how we always start, how are you guys? Well, me, I just get finished working this election, you guys. So I work the runoff election. I have to say election because I had the tendency to keep on saying, "Oh, I gotta go work the polls," and my coworkers are like, "Can you not say that?" I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know it sounded like that." But I work the election. Y'all know I am big on getting our voices heard. So November, do your thing. All right. But this show, I would say, is for the little people, the younger people in our life. But I think it has to start with us. You know what I'm saying? And I have Dr. Dartis that is with me tonight, and she's going to help us with this book. Okay, you guys? That is the cutest little book I ever seen. But the cover got me because y'all know I'm a cover girl. And I saw the spin that she did in the cover. Whereas, now I ain't going to tell y'all yet. I'm going to let y'all see for yourself. But I would like to welcome to SC Book Gals and Friends, Dr. Dartis. Hey,
Thank
girl.
you for having me. Hey, hey.
It's an honor to have you with us tonight. But before we go any further, because I was this close to giving them something about the cover,
I
but
saw
no,
that.
I'm not gonna do it yet, you guys. But tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. I was born in Cleveland but raised here. I have one daughter, one adult daughter, and one grandbaby, Trinity. Um, Currently, I work as a therapist and as a behavior consultant for two different companies, so Michelle's pretty busy. What else did I do? And of course, obviously, I'm the author of I Wish I Was White, Racial Identity and Self-Esteem. And I'm also the publisher. My company is called Leave a Mark Press LLC, which I just got about a month ago. Thank you.
Congratulations, y'all. She did that.
I
Girl,
did. Mhm.
congratulations. I love when authors say, and I have my own publishing company, like, oh, icing on the cake, mic drop, can't say
Mhm.
nothing else. Congratulations.
Thank
How does it
you.
feel to have your
It
own
feels,
publishing company?
it feels magnificent. I started my company back in 2021, though, when I published my very first book, which is an adult book. So I did not picture myself writing children's stories until my grandbaby came along. So, yep. So she's the one that inspired me to write children's stories. Hmm. And
See,
now I
and
have many of them.
that's what we were talking about it behind the scenes, you guys. And that's one of the things about it that I always tell people the story. I have a
Hmm.
23-year-old and an 11-year-old, and y'all don't judge me. Don't judge me. I went around the mulberry bush when I was halfway out the door. Okay? Please don't judge me because I think about it all the time. But I wouldn't trade the
Hmm.
world not having my little girl. And somebody didn't tell me that. So that's a whole different show. So when my son was younger, he only could read books about dogs, little white boys, and where the main character was either a little white kid or some type of animal. We
Hmm.
rarely did have any characters of color unless they were secondary and they came in and came out the scene,
Hmm.
or the book was about a little white girl. But my daughter, in her case, oh my God, I am just so happy. I'm so happy these authors, like, y'all heard the cries about parents, of us parents. I won't say our parents, but us parents, because
Hmm.
this happened in my kids' generation. You heard us say, please represent our kids.
Hmm.
Heard us. And to that, doctor, I say thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, very much
My
so.
baby picks up these books and they got that
Hmm.
girl power in them. And I'm like, you go, girl. Yeah, now if I can only get her off of Hamilton, I think I'm going to show her Peanut, but I think that might scar her. But,
Hmm.
but Hamilton, he's of color too. So,
That's true. That's true. Hmm.
he let him pass. We'll let him in the community. But I love the fact that they are now seeing the representation of our kids.
Yes.
Um, for example, the Proud Family. I don't think much people caught there was a girl, African American female character who
Hmm.
always had a book in her hand. And they made it so you could see the title of the book.
Hmm. Wow, God. I never
Yes.
watched it though, but I'm glad to
Oh,
know
you
that.
guys to it tackles a lot of issues.
Okay.
Um, the best thing about it is me and my daughter are able to talk about it. And
Hmm.
again, there was somebody that saw the call. We need characters of color. And they brought it
Hmm.
out and they brought it to where we can actually talk about certain issues.
Hmm.
But let's bring it back to you because you are one of those authors who's done that. And again, I thank you.
You're welcome.
Did you
You're welcome.
see? Of course, you saw there was a need, but
I
why
do.
did you?
Yeah, why?
So,
Yeah, let me
yes.
give you the background about the book. So my grandbaby is now 9. She was 6 when this happened. I can tell you, we were walking out of Kroger grocery store and, no, and going to my vehicle. All of a sudden, out the blue, she said, "I wish I was white." And I just stopped in my tracks. I was like, "Huh? Where did that come from?" I could not believe it. I was floored, obviously. I never thought that, never wanted that for myself. So to hear my 6-year-old grandbaby at the time say it, I was like, whoa, what's going on here? Told her mother when I got home, we got back home, got on social media. I just couldn't believe it. I just could not let it go. We talked about it and everything. And so when I asked her, why would she say such a thing? And her reply was, I don't know. I don't, she just kind of dropped her head and said, I don't know. So that led me, I knew I had to do something. So I said, I need to write her a book. Now, this is my second book. The first one is about her too. It's called Trinity's Arrival from Heaven. That's another story. But anyway, so she encouraged me to write this book. I said, I need to do something. I can't just let this go. I have to bring something to her to remind her who she is, where she comes from, and that she's worthy, as well as other kids, who feel like they're less than or unworthy. So I said, well, let me sit down and I'm going to write her a book, an affirmation book. And so I said, what am I going to include? And I was like, well, let me include her ancestors and what they did, what they brought to the world and their accomplishments. So I have like my dad in it, he was in the service, all these other folks, her ancestors. But when I got to my grandfather, Herbert Hawkins, my mom's dad, I knew at one time that he had a gas station and a taxi service here in our city, or my city. But I didn't know the details of it. So long story short, I ended up uncovering all kind of stuff that we didn't know as a family about his life. But once he was gone, my mom didn't really talk about him. My grandmother didn't either, and I believe it was because they were traumatized. So Trinity, in other words, she opened up a whole nother door for me when it comes to some other stuff that I got going on with public history and public speaking and stuff like that. But yeah, going back to the story, that is why I wrote it for her. And I said, and it was somebody else, another writer, that said you should name it that, and I had to give her credit. She said you should name it "I Wish I Was White," and that's when I said, well, okay, I can do that, but I'm going to have to add that second part, racial identity and self-esteem, again, to remind her and other kids who feel less than or unworthy that they are made like they're supposed to look like. They are here because they're supposed to be here. And I wanted her to make sure she embraces who she is, her blackness, in other words, as well as other kids. So that's how the story came about.
And that is excellent because
Hmm.
my daughter goes to a school, and
Hmm.
it's a very good school, you guys. There's a whole article about the school and how the grades and the education in the school is wonderful. But when I
Hmm.
went to the meet the teacher night, I was like, okay,
Oh.
this is out of my element. Um,
Hmm.
Unfortunately, I look at the school that she came from, which was predominantly African American,
Hmm.
into now a school that is predominantly white, and I'm like, how do I as a parent make sure she knows that you are smart, you are worthy, you are supposed to be here,
Hmm.
without the look of this is what is portrayed. And I'm even looking at the makeup of the teachers at the school.
Mm.
That was another thing that got me. So, like I said, I can remember my daughter and her wanting to have this silky pressed hair.
Hmm.
Baby girl, when you came out, it was cotton picking. I'm not even gonna get it. Like my son came out with these nice little baby curls. My daughter
Hmm.
came out with cotton picking, and I remember I looking at her like, yeah. We used to call her our little mini George Jefferson.
Wow.
That's how my baby looked. But to have this book and to get to our kids to say, "Your black is beautiful."
Hmm.
How did you feel when you actually gave this book to your granddaughter and say, "Hey, I want you to read this." How did it feel to have her reading it?
It felt wonderful. I really think, she was so young though at the time. Like I said, she was 6, but I still think that it helped her. And then after that, we just made sure that we reaffirmed her as a person, as a human, as a black little girl. My daughter and I, have saying affirmations to her every day, reminding her that she's beautiful, that she's smart, kind, all those different things. We did that every day to help instill that in her, that you are who you are, and it's all right. It's all right. The person that you were made to be. You are made in God's image, just like all the rest of us. So there's nothing wrong with you, and to let her make sure she got rid of that feeling that she, about wanting to be white. It still is unbelievable to even say it now. She's 9 years old, but just to know that she said that at one time and felt that way.
Yeah, and the bad thing is we do not know what these starts or how they put these
Mhm.
together. Because I remember seeing a documentary where they put a doll out, black doll and
Yeah.
white doll, and they
Mhm.
told the kids to choose what doll they wanted.
Yep.
90% of everybody went for the white doll. Now, there
I
was some
remember.
little girls who went for the black doll,
Yep.
but they were going to the white doll because they were saying it was pretty, it was clean, it
Mhm.
was nice, and I'm like,
Mhm.
I look at the document, it like blew my mind. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
not dirty. I've seen some dirty ones now, but I'm
Mm.
pretty. I'm nice. And
Yeah.
I have to remind my daughter that it's not in the color.
No.
White does not make it right. And no, you
Yeah.
guys, don't don't shoot the messenger in so many
Mhm.
words. I have plenty of my colleagues who are, and I'm not even we're going to say white. We're going to say black and white because it's not African
Mhm.
American, and we're
Mhm.
going to be plain and blunt with it. I got them, they got me. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But then there's some others who feel the way they feel.
Right.
That leads up to this question of what do you say when white individuals look at your book and they're like, you didn't have to do that? What do you say to them? Because there are going to be
Mhm.
individuals that are going to do that and say that. What do you say to them?
That is an excellent question. I have not encountered that yet. No, this book was published in 2025 last year, I think. 24, one of them. Um, I haven't had that, that kind of interaction yet. And of course, what I could say in return would be like just to reiterate what we already know as Black people, the importance of representation. That old saying, representation matters, and it really does. Um, um, how our life is different. There are, in this country, the people who live here, we know as Black people, the kind of things that we have to deal with when it comes to stereotyping, discrimination, all those different things. So again, I have not encountered that yet. In fact, my public library, they have two copies of that book. They bought two copies of it, along with all my other books too. Yeah, they have all of them. So no, I have not been questioned yet. Maybe that might come. I don't know. We'll see. But I'll be ready. I would definitely be ready
And
to come back.
and the reason why I asked that question,
Uh-huh.
because that question has been stated down here in South Carolina.
Wow. No, I have not heard that
There
here.
is a book. There's a book about the Gullah Geechee culture, which is African
Okay.
Americans.
Yeah.
And the lady was like, why do you have to have that book up there? We're all in this together. We was like, oh well, no, because just like we got this, and you didn't say anything about this, and you didn't say anything about that, but you're gonna talk about this
Mm,
book? Make
exactly.
it make sense. So
Yeah.
my
They always
coworker
need
does. She
to
put two
do
copies
that.
out there.
Yeah.
You go,
When it comes to
girl.
anything that's not them, they have to question it. Be it Black people, other people of color, LGBTQ people, they always got something to say. Yeah.
Yes, always.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
there is this little black girl in you who read this book.
Hmm.
What would you say to her after she reads this book?
Um, wow, that's a good question too. Uh, I can see myself reflecting back on myself and on my family members, since I do include my family, actual real people, family members in the book. Um, I would feel reaffirmed, I think, if I was that little girl. I definitely didn't have any books like that when I was growing up, for sure. So just, seeing the beautiful colors in the book, because it is a beautiful, bright colors. The illustrator did a great job, on helping bring my story to fruition. I have to give her that. Her name is Nina Richard. Um, but yeah, I think I would just feel affirmed, as a Black girl, a little Black girl, and knowing that I'm okay, that I am worthy and that I was made in God's image. I believe that's how I would feel if I was little Michelle. Yeah.
Go.
That's a good question.
Nina Richards,
Nina Richard,
Chef's
one D,
Kiss.
no, just one D, no S, just a
No
D.
S,
No,
Richard. It's
yep.
Nina
Mhm.
Richard.
Yeah,
You did it.
she did.
Chef's Kiss. You did
She
that.
did. She
The
did that.
cover was enough for me because,
Yeah,
as
I
you
do
guys, you can see
remember
the cover on the screen.
that.
Isn't
I have
that
it here.
beautiful?
Yeah, I
That
have it
is
right here.
beautiful.
I had to make sure I brought it, yeah, for you to see it. Mm-hmm. Make sure I
So
get it in
what
the
is
camera.
what's the biggest self-esteem is something that is not talked about as much as it used to be back
Mm-hmm.
in, let's say, 2000s, 90s, 2000s. You would
Mm-hmm.
always say self-esteem, 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 but you don't hear that much.
Mm-mm.
What what do you feel is the basis or the foundation that we as in parents have to set for our kids when it comes down to the self-esteem? We understand the racial identity, we understand that part, but
Mm-hmm.
self-esteem nowadays is not something that is talked about. So what is the foundation that we need to lay for our kids?
Another excellent question. And again, no one has ever brought that to me, so give me a second.
Sure.
And I agree with you about it not being at the forefront like it once was. Even I think even like in the 90s and early 2000s, the blackness, with all the other groups, the rapping, life has changed, the world has changed, and things that are being presented to our younger generations, they scare me. I'm not happy with what's going on with the that all this stuff, going on that my 9-year-old grandbaby, is being subjected to. Um, I think it comes back to us, as parents, and as caregivers, guardians. Um, it's important for us to still instill that in our younger generation. And you're right. I don't believe that it happens enough. I think that people are so caught up in other stuff, just being online and on TikTok and just always clicking on the phone. They're just living vicariously online, and that's just not real life. So I think it's important for parents, etc., to reiterate that in their children or whatever, you know their nieces and nephews or whoever, young people in their lives, about self-esteem, because it is important and we all need that, that encouragement, that reinforcement. So that's what I would say, to folks out there for the younger generation, because it is important.
That is so true because
Mhm.
what's being portrayed out here now
Mhm.
for our kids
Yeah,
is mad ridiculous.
it is. It is. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like her
My
listening to all that stuff. I don't.
they my daughter is
Hmm.
hooked on Hamilton. She can recite every word in Hamilton, and even when it comes to Hamilton, we break it down. This happened, but this didn't happen. She does not listen to the music that they have up today. You would
Okay.
have thought Michael Jackson was the newest thing on the block out of the way she listened to it.
Now I have to
And
come in with something. Hold on. I'm a Prince fan. I have to represent for my boy. I don't know if I can
oh,
turn my
not the Prince. No, not
yeah, put that
Prince.
in there. I'm not trying to twist
I'm
my
waiting for
hand
that bio.
around.
I'll wait for that
Yeah. Yeah.
biopic to come out. I know it's
Lifelong
going to come
fan.
out.
I'm a lifelong fan. Yeah, that's my boy. And I like Michael too now, but Prince has always been in first place for me. Has always been in first place. I had to represent the purple one real quick.
We keep that Prince in mind because I'm going to ask you a question about that in the
Uh-huh.
hot seat. Don't worry. But when you
Okay.
look at what the representation is now for our young, and I'm just talking about our young black girls. I'm not even going to
Hmm.
talk about our boys. Our young black girls, it's like, wow. Um, we got nails at 9 years old, and we got tracks and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
no, we do
No.
that. You know, it takes away of the natural beauty of our girls
It
and
does.
give them this synthetic. Now, listen, I am for the synthetic. Believe you me, guys. I got a ponytail in the back of my head that does not even belong to me. Okay, so I ain't even going to front about that. But guess what? I'm of age and I know my true identity,
Hmm.
or
Hmm.
I know this makeup identity. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So, if you are a fan, and if you have seen my show before, you know there's something that's called the hot seat. See, you
Yeah.
were in the questionnaire hot seat.
Okay.
Now we about to have some fun.
I'm ready.
These are questions that I ask our authors to get them to think off the brain. Okay.
Okay.
And they include music and acting, movies, things that when people come to the library, they ask me questions, and this is the most relatable way to get them to choose a book. Okay.
Hmm.
So we're gonna go back to Lifetime Movie Network because I love Lifetime Movie Network. I call it the a man channel. They always trying to, you know, you know. My mom, my grandma used to look at it, and I used to like, all right, who done pass? The white, the sister did it, it's like stuff like that. But
Hmm.
Lifetime has lately been doing these biopics. I've
Mm.
seen the ones that Mary J. Blige did. I love those movies. The Tony
Mm.
Braxton, the Clark sisters. Oh my God, I love the Clark sisters. So Lifetime called and they said, you know what? We love the book I Wish I Was White, Racial Identity and Self Esteem. We want to write about you or make a documentary of you coming up with this book. But we got to find some people to play these characters. You got to get the right person to bring it to life.
Yeah.
So you said it was you and your granddaughter together coming
Yep.
out the grocery store, which you said, correct?
Yep.
Well, guess what? That's the scene we want to make sure that we cast the right people for.
Hmm.
Who would you give the part to play you?
Ooh.
But it has to be a soul sister from the 70s or the 80s. Who would you choose?
I had to be honest. The first person that came to mind was Queen Latifah. That's the first
Ladies
one that came to
first.
mind.
Ladies
It
first.
was.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
maybe
why Queen
right.
Latifah?
That's just who came to mind. I had to be honest. As you were talking, who I like to see play me, I'm a fan of Queen, and I appreciate everything she's done in her entire career over like 3 decades or whatever it's been. A matter of fact,
Yes.
I just saw her. She was at a WNBA basketball game. I think last night I was watching a game or the night before, or whatever it was.
Yes, I saw
And
her
I
sitting
saw
up
her
there.
again. Yeah, I'm like, man, look at her. She's just. I love her. She's an inspiration for me. As a black woman. And everything that she's done and accomplished in her career, starting all
I,
the way back. Being one of the first female, rappers. Yeah. So I would have to say
yes,
Queen. Hmm.
you did that. I love her book, Fix Your Crown. Oh my God, I love her book.
You have to read
S-
that.
Yeah, it's great. It
Okay.
is it's
She,
beautiful
she's
cover. It is
multi-talented. She does the
yeah,
jazz thing. She's done jazz albums and of course acting and of course, I mean, just producing
everything.
everything. Yeah, talk show host. So
Everything.
yeah,
I think she
I
has
want to be
done
here
it
when I
all. I really think she has done it all.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God.
Mhm. When you think
Okay.
about it, yeah, go back in her history. Yeah, yeah. I
Oh
would
my
say
God.
Queen. That's a good question. Yeah, I like that. You got some really good questions.
So we got Queen Latifah playing you, but we got to get somebody to play your granddaughter. Trinity is
Mm.
her name?
Yes, Trinity.
Okay. So who would you give the chance to play Trinity?
I don't really know any young little kid actors, so I really cannot say, to be honest.
You know what? When
Uh,
looking at the book and listening to you talk, I'm really
mhm.
thinking about Rudy Huxtable.
Oh, that's what you said. Go back. That's right. You did say go back in
Yeah.
time. Yeah, I can see.
Yeah.
What's the other little girl's name? The daughter. Keisha Knight pulling on her.
Pulliam. Yes.
Yeah, I
Yes.
can see her. Yeah, I can see her too. Yeah.
I can see her
Hmm.
because I can see the pixie tails, and I can see you guys walking hand in hand
Hmm.
and having that
Hmm.
conversation.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we got Queen Latifah and Keisha Knight Pulliam. So
Mhm.
now, of course, every good movie has to have a theme song.
Mm.
Which one of Prince's songs would be
Ooh.
your theme song and why?
Oh my goodness. For this movie, is
Just
that
for
what
you,
you?
because remember
Oh,
the
this
movie is
is.
about you writing this book, so it's about you. So which one of those
Mhm.
Prince songs you can't help but to get up and move?
What came to mind in thinking about it was the beautiful ones.
Beautiful.
The beautiful ones.
Okay, and I kid you not.
What?
I've never heard that one.
You
I'm
haven't
like,
had the beautiful ones? Oh my god!
listen, listen. I'm
Ah,
gonna tell you the
you gotta
truth.
look at
I was in a real dumb relationship, and he was the biggest Prince fan there is. Oh my God, I hated Prince after him. Sorry, Prince, but yeah, I just can do Prince after him. Every time
that.
we get in the diamond, God, Lee, did she find her pearls yet?
That's one of my favorites too. I have it's too many to say. I can't just choose just one. But yeah, you have to listen to the beautiful ones. That's
So
on
I'm
the
gonna listen to.
the Purple Rain album.
And that's
Hmm.
another thing. I never understood the movie Purple Rain. I must have seen it like two, three times. I never understood it.
Why
I,
not? What are you missing?
I
What?
guess the whole point, like, why you on the stage singing Purple Rain and your mama getting beat up, and I just never understood it. And what vanity? If that was vanity in the movie, like, where the devil she come from?
No,
I'm
it
sorry,
wasn't Vanity. That was Apollonia.
Apollonia. See, look, I don't even know the right person, and I do know now. I have to admit, I like to. Oh yeah, who is it? I'm knocking stuff over. Who is it? Morris Day. I did like him. Okay, his
Yeah, he
his
was
character is like over the top, but I just
way over the top. Way over the
I
top. When they
try.
put that woman in the trash can.
I
Do you remember that
just
part?
yep. I just
Oh man, I was like, no, that ain't cool. That ain't cool.
him at the river. This mean why you at the river, dog? What's I just I I might because I like you and I'm really enjoying your book in this conversation. I
Mhm.
might give it one more try.
Please do, please do. Yeah. And
Purple
definitely check out the
Rain
videos.
and Harlem Nights. Those two movies I just could
Mhm.
not get into. I don't know. I please don't revoke my black card, y'all, because I looked at everything else. I just can't get into those. I looked at Harlem Nights and I'm like, so she took off his he took off her pinky toe and that's supposed to be funny. Like, yo, what if she had bleed out? Oh my god, you're missing the point. No, that's stupid. So don't y'all please don't take my card. I promise you. I'm gonna have purple rain. I'm gonna do it. I promise y'all,
Yes.
okay? So we have Queen Latifah is you. We have Keisha Knight Pulliam for your granddaughter Trinity. We
Yep.
have The Beautiful Ones as your theme song. But now we need to have someone to help you because after every author, there is a co author. What author would you like to co author your biopic of writing this book with? It can be
Mm.
the author you love, author you would want to write a book with. Who would it be?
I have to go with my favorite author, Audre Lorde.
And
You
why
probably
did
don't
you
know who
choose
it is.
that? And
Do you
why
know
are
who
they
it
your
is?
favorite author?
Do you know who she is though? Before we, do you know
No,
her? I
no,
didn't think
who's
so. Look her up. Audre Lorde. She was an educator, author, all those different things. Professor, a poet. In fact, he was poet laureate. I want to say like in 1993 or something like that. I want to say in New York City. Her book Zombie, A New Spelling of My Name, is what when I fell in love with her. She actually died from cancer. Um, I don't know. It's just her style of writing, so honest, so real, um, kind of poetic. Because she did poetry, she did prose, all kind of different kinds of writings, and so yeah, she is definitely the one I would choose. Not like Terry McMillan, Alice Walker, those people too. Richard Wright, of course, James Baldwin. So there's quite a few others that come after her. But yeah, I would have to say she's number one, though. She's number one for me.
so I just
Hmm.
pulled it up. I have the
Hmm.
cover, I have
Hmm.
the book, and I
Yeah,
just added to my 2BR.
you'll enjoy
That's
it. Mhm.
that's why I like you sometimes, but sometimes I don't like you.
Yeah,
So
I
before
love
we
it.
close,
I hope that.
no, you were saying something?
I was just gonna say I love to impart knowledge on people that I encounter. That's one of my favorite things to do as as an educator myself. And speaking of that, I just want to let you know too before we close, I do have an MLS degree. That's one of my degrees. I went to library school.
What you
Yeah,
go, girl?
yes, I did.
I knew there was that connection between us.
Unfortunately, though, I was a part of a program, an initiative here in the state of Indiana. The program was called Indiana Librarians Leading in Diversity. And the whole point of it was to recruit people of color to become librarians in here in our state, which is like 98% white women. Uh, did the program, loved it, all those different things, but unfortunately, myself and several other people were not able to secure positions here in this state. Yeah. So, but I really did enjoy the program. I
I
did.
have I have to admit that
Hmm.
I was fortunate to go to a conference,
Hmm.
national conference, and I felt like a fly in coffee.
Wow.
It was wild, and it was this was a national conference, and it wasn't until I went to the one of the sessions, and
Hmm.
it was about Black African American librarians and
Hmm.
how they wanted. It's a
Hmm.
documentary supposed to be coming out. It says "We Are Librarians." Are we librarians? I cannot remember, but when that comes out, it is a beautiful documentary on
Okay.
Black librarianship.
Ooh, I
Man,
look
I
forward
went
to
in
seeing
this
that.
room and I saw so many of us this me. Tiffany had to say, I have found my tribe. But it was so beautiful to see so
Yeah.
many shades, not even women, men,
Hmm.
directors. It was like, yo,
Yeah.
it's crazy. But fortunately for me, in the system that I work in,
Hmm.
my mentor, God bless her, from where she is now,
Hmm.
I was able to have a lot of African American librarians in my career. And
Amen.
it's been an honor to work with them.
Hmm.
Um, to see there's a big difference in the gap, but when you see the work that we do, it's funny because people will think it's this person. No, it's that person that did it. Like it's my my mentor was a branch manager.
Hmm.
Um, I have an African American children's manager, children's librarian manager. It's crazy. I love it, and it was like even when I go to schools and places now, they'll be like, "You work at a library?" Yes, we read. Oh, I thought you were the person to put up the books. See, that's some fighting words right there. We about to go outside, you know. So I thank you for being a librarian. I thank you.
Well, like I said, I got the degree, but I was never able to find a position. So, but yeah,
Listen, you got the MLIS
I do.
degree.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
makes you a librarian. So look at
I'll
here.
take that. I'll
Make
take
it
that.
do what it do.
I'll take that. Another thing, I encounter a lot of people who don't know that you have to have a master's degree to be a librarian. I encountered somebody today, matter of fact. She was like, "You got to have a master's degree to be." I'm like, yeah, you do.
And they're trying to break that because literally when you move up, like I started working at the library when I was 25 years old.
Wow.
I look at some of them, I'm like, listen here, you paying how much for that degree and how much you get paid a year? Woohoo, look at here. Do the math, okay? So a lot of library systems are now doing it, whereas they're called paraprofessionals. They
Okay.
they have the MLIS degree, but they're
Mm-hmm.
keeping up with credits
Hmm.
and continuing education classes to
Okay.
have a certain amount to recertify yourself. So there's a lot of
Well,
people that is doing that now, which I think is a great way. Because I always tell people, everybody ain't meant to go to college.
no, no, they're not. Mm-mm.
So I mean, we got to find ways. I won't say workarounds, but I'll say legitimate steps to
Avenues,
become what
yeah,
you need to
another
become.
avenue.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, another avenue to get there. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So before we leave, tell us
Mm-hmm.
how we can follow you on social media, or if you have any events coming up. Just tell us a little bit with the rundown.
I am. I do have a couple events here in my city. Going back to my grandfather Herbert Hawkins and my rediscovery of him, I have two events coming up that will focus him. He'll be the centerpiece, so to speak. So our school here called Butler University, I was invited as part of the Black Intellectual Series to do a presentation on erasure of Black voices. That's going to be September 30th on the Butler University campus through their hub. It's called the Hub of Black Affairs and Community Engagement. They are the one that's they're putting it on. And then it come November, as part of Spirit in Place Festival, which is an annual festival that's been around in my city for over 30 years. I am going to be presenting along with my partners, the Encyclopedia of Indianapolis and the Indianapolis Public Library. We're going to be putting on event for that event November 10th. Is going to be the day from 5:30 to 8. So I'll, send her up. We talk about my granddad, and they're going to open it up to the wider issues of redlining because he had his businesses going on in the 40s and 50s. So they're going to focus on redlining, segregation, racial discrimination, all those different things that were taking place as he was being a businessman and entrepreneur. So those are the events coming up. And for my social media, I just finished my children's website for my book. So it's called rootedandrisingstories.com. That's rootedandrisingstories.com. Very proud of it. I just finished it last week. But because I have the adult book, obviously I can't have that on the children's website. So I'm currently building my other website for that and other things. It's Leap Mark Press LLC website. Social media, Facebook is at MDD, my last name, MDDARTIS. I can't remember all my other ones, but that's the main one that I use, Facebook.
Well, don't worry about it because we have it scrolling at the bottom of the screen. So you guys,
Oh,
all you got to
good.
do is pause it, have it at the
Right.
bottom of the screen. But if
Yeah.
you head over to SC BookGal and Friends on Wednesday, Thursday at the latest, you will see live clickable links that will be able to send you to her website and to Amazon. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
know me. If you can get the book from the author's website, give it to the author.
Yeah.
Then try Amazon, okay? But we thank you for being with us tonight. Now, this was fun. This was
Thank
a
you so
lot
much.
of
I
fun.
really appreciate it. I appreciate it. I really do.
Thank
It's been a joy getting to know you as well and have our conversation. So good.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
So, you
you.
guys, go ahead and grab her book. Once we put the um podcast live on SC Book House and Friends. There are going to be links. That's you could click the link and it's going to shoot you straight to her website. And then it's going to be the one to click on the Amazon. But remember, if we can get it from the website, what do we do? Support the author at the website. Thank you. Dr. Dartis will be with us tonight. You guys join me next week where I'm bringing back Alana Smith. She got a new book. And she said, Treese, I had fun with you once. I want to do it again. So next week, Tuesday, September 1st at 8 p.m. Just here, okay? Remember, there's no such thing as an old book because not everybody has read every book. You guys have a great night. Bye.